Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Dylan here. We have a major update with Spencer Pratt, who's running for LA mayor. Congratulations to Spencer Pratt. He is just gearing up for this LA mayor race, which is taking place very soon. We have some updates from him as well, exposing the truth and also what's going down with Karen Bass. So we're going to dive into all of this, but before we do, we're going to read scripture because God comes first. Amen? Comment the word amen if you believe that God comes first. Today's Bible reading comes from John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Amen. So comment amen down below. And my brothers and sisters, congratulations. And guys, this is breaking.
He's on a mission to defeat the coastal elite. Once again, Spencer Pratt. Spencer, you're on a roll. You're surging in the polls. Do you think your message is actually resonating among the people, not just online, but that people are finally hearing it?
This is my favorite thing the internet says. They're like, he's so big on the internet, but is he big in the streets? Yes, the people I'm surging with are the people having to step over the naked drug addicts and step into human poop to get their $20 matcha. Yeah. Those are the people that I'm surging with. The moms across Los Angeles who have to use their strollers around fentanyl, needles, and naked drug addict zombies with machetes that maybe will chop a limb off. So, yeah.
Remember when that lady threw something
What a great response, by the way. I love the way he talks. He's so entertaining, but he's also very base and logical.
You?
Yeah, oh my, in Los Angeles,
yes.
I was walking and a woman threw something at me and I looked and it was a knife.
Yes.
She threw a knife at me and then she called me a crazy bitch, which I feel like she was projecting.
I just stuck in my head when that happened.
Years ago. Yeah.
So you mentioned that the silent voter. You have celebrities that are now coming out in support of you, but they will deny it, won't they? Leo DiCaprio, Jamie Foxx.
You know, what I've learned is I actually don't want celebrities to come out and endorse me. I don't want anybody to endorse me except for the moms and the animal lovers in LA. That's my entire vote.
Yeah.
Because that's, you know, so I'm cool if no celebrity ever endorses me. I actually love when the celebrities attack me because then I'm like, oh, I'm doing so well.
But I mean, DiCaprio. Did it happen?
It did. That was a,
Yeah.
I love Titanic. So
I have never seen it. I mean, I know how it ends. What's the point? I also like the fact that you weren't courting national media. You weren't courting national attention. I was trying to get you on for a while because you see this as a Los Angeles citizen. This is a Los Angeles story. This is about the voters. Your attention is here. You kind of stayed away from national.
So then this last 4 days, I thought what's making people excited to vote is the national media. So I caught a flight to just do national media today and then fly back because the problem with a low turnout election is you need to activate them to vote. And national media makes it more exciting and it's a big deal. They're talking about it all over the country. I got to go put my ballot in the mailbox. And so that's why I'm here, because initially it's local, but I'm realizing the more locals I talk to, they're like, oh, how do you vote? Yeah. Where do you vote? I'm like, oh my God, this is how the socialists win, because they go ballot harvest and they vote. And everybody else either has given up because it's been 22 years of failures in LA, but they now need to hear on a national level, hey, there's a guy saying you don't have to step in human poop or have all your billions of tax money to increase the naked drug addicts in front of your kid's school. Hello, my name's Spencer Pratt. Get your ballot in right now.
Wow. He's a great speaker. You know, I really admire that about him. He's good at debating, or just getting his point out. But that's actually a really good thing he pointed out about California is that a lot of people, especially conservatives, are just like, yeah, I'm not going to vote because, you know, California's so blue, you know, it's going to go blue either way. It's like, what if all of those people all of a sudden did go out and vote? It's a good question, you know? And I think that's what we're going to see with Spencer Pratt in this race.
This is exactly the problem with New York City. It has, I think, 8 million people didn't vote, and they just assumed that the liberals going to win. So now we have a full-blown socialist mayor because most people just gave up. And I keep thinking, like, what are there families that were anybody who was devastated by the fires still voting for Karen Bass? And what is wrong with them?
Yeah, there's definitely lunatics. Their houses didn't burn down, but they could have been saved by the U.S. Forest Service, who came in to save the day, Chief Bobby Garcia, on like the 8th. But these people have convinced themselves the Palisades burned down because of climate change and these imaginary hurricane winds that did not exist. So for them, they go, oh, it's the winds, and it was the climate change. That's what it was. It wasn't that Mayor Bass was drinking in Ghana and defunded the firefighters by the $17 million that the fire chief said we needed to keep everyone safe, or that her Janice Quinones, the LADWP CEO that got $750,000, drained both the reservoirs that were for wildfire protection. So I don't know why that message isn't getting to them, so I keep trying to say that out loud a lot.
Yeah, and I would assume that the person that set fire to one of the major fires was a liberal. I think from what I remember, the guy that set fire to one of the major fires.
Yeah, so the Palisades fire actually started on New Year's Eve. There's an alleged arsonist, but there's also 30 witness reports that it was fireworks. But the issue is that Gavin Newsom State Park let that fire from the New Year's Eve smoldering into a no-wind event for 4 days straight. Just the whole hillside, hikers taking photos, locals taking drone footage. Everyone's like, hey, this is smoking, and they didn't do anything. So that's why Gavin Newsom will end up paying the bill for the however many hundred billions of dollars that.
I think, what your campaign is doing, which we do it on this show, is we are no longer scared of noticing a problem. And it's like, if you come out and talk about the homeless, they're going to say, how dare you? That is a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. How can you say that? And you go, nah, it's not true. I walk around New York. I don't see one single mother. I see a half-naked, crazy mother on the street shooting up or taking a crap. And you're saying that.
Yeah, my campaign now, how I identify, besides being the common sense American, it's the look around candidate. You look around and see with your own eyes what I'm saying, and it's true. And that's why I'm going to win, because my opponents just lie, and they've had 10 years combined that they've created everything that they are looking around and seeing. So I would say, no more of this. We're going to stop this. We're going to get all your tax money that these two have been stealing to put these naked drug addict zombies that are going number 2 and number 1 in front of your houses, your businesses, maybe trying to machete you or stab you. We're going to get them mandatory medical treatment, not an empty bed. They need help to get off fentanyl and super meth, not an empty $100 to $1 million bed that's empty.
Well, that's medical compassion. That's the only compassion you can have. Whatever the Democrats are offering is a virtue signal. It's not even real compassion. It's just so they don't have to talk about the horrors they cause.
Well, in LA, since all my supporters are actually Democrats, it's the socialists and the communists that have hijacked their actual Bill Clinton-esque, yes, let's not have naked drug addicts on the street masturbating in front of kids. Now that has become this new DSA brand.
Exactly. In front of kids. How hard is it not to do it in front of kids?
This is real. I know. I mean, I can't even post what is sent to me.
Cast.
Spencer Pratt, if he loses in L.A., to run for mayor of Austin.
Come to Austin, bro. We could use you.
Has he got a chance in L.A.? What do you think?
I think anyone's got a chance. I think if you put together a campaign that gets some excitement and people talking, you have a chance in L.A. I really do. Like that city, the people there
They're desperate.
They're desperate, and also they live for entertainment. So entertain them a little.
Joining me now is host of the...
That's a really, really good strategy that I just realized that he's doing.
Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered podcast.
That's actually interesting. All eyes on LA, guys. Breaking news.
But first, all eyes are on Los Angeles this week with voters there. Heading to the polls Tuesday for the mayoral primary. Reality TV star Spencer Pratt shaking up the high-stakes race, giving Mayor Karen Bass a run for her money.
To the Mayor Karen Bass's, the 1,000 firefighters that were available, but there was no engines for them because of the $17 million that Chief Crowley had asked the mayor for 9 weeks before, and Mayor Karen Bass denied it. So they may have been available, but they didn't have the equipment they needed. Councilwoman Robin's plan for treatment first, I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. Downtown is so unsafe now that they have to serve the food. All the employees have to eat inside. She doesn't care about safety. She doesn't care about anything she's talking about. At least Mayor Bass pretends to care.
Pratt insists this campaign is about voters who are fed up with failed leadership, years of it, homelessness, crime, dirt and grime, and in this case, the LA fires. Pratt getting into the race after he lost his own home in the Palisades fire, and he's emerging as a competent candidate, personally motivated to reform, not being a Republican or a Democrat.
I'm a registered Republican, but my supporters are all Democrats because Los Angeles is all Democrats. All the people financing me are Democrats. All the meetings I take every day are Democrats. Democrats are very angry with what happened to Los Angeles. I'm resonating across.
Yeah, that's another good strategy. He's not really running as a Republican or a Democrat. He's like, I'm registered, but I'm not even really running as a Republican.
Across the country or even outside of the country is because all I focus on is the truth. I'm the look around candidate. I do basics. I don't do national politics. I don't do parties. As much as everybody wanted to believe the people that have been in charge, my opponents combined are at almost 10 years of their experience. They are failures. And so people want an outsider.
I'll tell you, I was impressed when he was on the couch on Fox & Friends this week. But the rise of Pratt is bigger than Los Angeles. It's the taking back of Democratic-run cities in my mind. Because one thing is clear. All parties stuck in these blue cities are having their lives adversely affected by crime, homelessness, high taxes, and filth. Where in the past, Republicans have thrown up their white flags and says, hey, we can't win there. Let's not waste our money. If Pratt is successful, in my view, it'll be a template for taking back other Democratic-run cities. Candidates running on pure common sense. Cities like Chicago, Philadelphia, Austin, and in 3 years, perhaps even New York City. We've already seen a glimmer of hope emerge from a moderate Democrat named Dan Lurie in San Francisco. This guy has actually made that city livable again. And guess what? He had no experience either.
Be sure.
Whoa, so it seems like Spencer Pratt has a really solid chance at actually winning.
Spencer, great to have you here. Very, 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 very excited. You can tell, right?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Does this story piss you off? The Biden story in general of her coming out and acting shocked?
Honestly, when I was watching that, I think he did a lot better than Councilwoman Robin, or whatever her name is, that I debated on NBC. I was like, he was way more functioning than Councilwoman Robin.
Well, that's a low bar.
From my experience, it looked like a solid effort compared to Robin.
But it seems like she now is trying to pretend that she wasn't covering up for her husband. And I think that we've learned, like, in the last, couple of years, that they knew he was incapacitated. Just like they know that, like, Mayor Bass is an incompetent wreck.
One thing I have learned getting into this world is everyone is very good, or they think they're good at lying. Mm-hmm. But the rest of us see it as, how stupid you look, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know that Mayor Bass is just as good as what we just watched on the stage.
Oh, that was a fair compliment.
Yeah.
Joe, she acts like
that's actually funny. I don't think Spencer Pratt really didn't want to be mean to Joe Biden there. I actually think he has a good shot at winning the LA race because he's like basically kind of staying out of the politics, federal politics, but he's focusing on like local politics. Like the fact that he didn't trash Biden there speaks volumes to his strategy. He's not, he's like really serious, and he's not really trying to play into Gutfeld's game. Not game, but like, the the political game. So really, really interesting. Spencer Pratt stuns Karen Bass in record-breaking fundraising for LA mayor race. We have a lot of updates with Karen Bass, and things are getting crazy, my friends.
In just 5 days, LA voters are picking their next mayor, and Spencer Pratt, who you just heard talking to us during the commercial, shaking up the high-stakes race, promising to root out crime, homelessness, and get those burned homes, including his own, rebuilt.
Now this is a story of treatment that they have to prince of a town called Bel Air. Councilwoman Robbins' plan for treatment first. I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. Downtown is so unsafe now that they have to serve the food. All the employees have to eat inside. She doesn't care about safety. She doesn't care about anything she's talking about. At least Mayor Bass pretends to care.
And it just may be working for Pratt. He's seeing a major boost in support, outraising incumbent mayor Karen Bass by nearly 10 times.
All right, the man himself, Spencer Pratt, joins us now. Spencer, thanks so much for joining us on the Curvy Couch.
So blessed to be here.
So tell us about this rise, because no one saw you coming. We really didn't. So much to spare in LA, but you focus on the bread and butter issues. You're not talking high level, just brass tacks. Clean streets, safety, your house shouldn't be burned down.
Yeah, absolutely. Why I'm resonating across the country or even outside of the country is because all I focus on is the truth. I'm the look around candidate. I do basics. I don't do national politics. I don't do parties. I just say, look, they're stealing all of our tax money to give it to drug addicts, to have needles and tourniquets, and they're actually even selling the drugs to these addicts to let these people die on our sidewalks. I want to be the compassionate one, get these people mandatory treatment, medical treatment with doctors to help them get off of fentanyl and super meth, and that is what people actually want in LA. As much as everybody wanted to believe the people that have been in charge, my opponents combined are at almost 10 years of their experience, they are failures. And so people want an outsider that's not a politician, that's just saying the facts, the truth. These people have failed us. They've spent all of our tax money to increase problems. And I keep it basic. And again, I never wanted to be the mayor. I just wanted somebody to tell the truth. And by telling the truth, now the people are behind me. And I will continue to speak the truth on behalf of Los Angeles for as far as they want to push me.
Now, Spencer, you've raised a lot of money, the most money, between April 19th and May 16th, like a week ago. So Spencer has raised $2.72 million.
Whoa, look how bad Karen Bass is doing. I honestly think she's just going to be left behind. I mean, I would be shocked if Spencer Pratt did not win and Karen Bass won. I'm just going to say. She even lost to this other chick who I've never even heard of.
Nithya, who is the progressive, she has raised $400,000, and then Karen Bass $283,000. Where are you getting the money? There are three of you in the race, and there could be a runoff. One of you has to get 50%, and the polls are not showing that anyone is close to that.
Correct. So, first off, the reason why all that money was raised, that was right after the debate, and they saw me destroy these two terrible politicians for an hour straight, and everybody realized, oh, finally somebody telling the truth. So that's where all the money came from, and a lot of it's from all over the country, because people forget over 50,000 people a year leave Los Angeles because it's so terrible.
First time ever. More people leaving than coming.
So these people see that I am saying with why they left, so they're trying to get me elected so they can move back. That's what people are missing. These are actually former Angelinos that got forced out of this city that Mayor Bass has destroyed, and that's why they're donating, because they want me to be mayor so they can move back, because LA is incredible when you don't let drug addicts take over the street and make moms and kids scared to go to parks or the school. This is the truth. And that's, again, it's a look around.
What about the runoff? Sorry, can I just get that second part of the question?
Yeah, I have a feeling God wants me just to win with 51% on June 2nd, and it's over. I believe it's a low turnout.
Whoa, so that's actually happening tomorrow, guys. So if you're in LA, go out there.
Election, and that's why, again, I'm on this beautiful couch to remind everybody to get your ballots in today. Don't wait till June 2nd, because we will definitely win if everyone who's as angry as me in Los Angeles just goes and votes, and they don't just share things on social media or tell their friend they're angry. They physically go vote, and they don't have to wait till June 2nd. A lot of people are concerned about elections and you've got to vote in person. No, you vote today. You put it in the mailbox, you drop it in the ballot box. We win with the most votes. And a lot of people, again, in California are concerned about, election fraud. We can always outvote cheating. Period. And we can do that literally in the next 5 days with just moms alone and animal lovers, because I'm also going to stop the abuse of these dogs on the streets and these alleged no-kill shelters that are killing thousands of dogs. I'm going to stop that as well. So
what do you guys think about Spencer Pratt? To me, he just does seem like a common sense guy. Like, I don't see anything wrong with him at all. And look at this. Karen Bass, she's saying, I've never heard of Spencer Pratt before this. She's apparently... she's saying that Pratt is exploiting Palisades' grief. This is what shocking to me and wild. Karen Bass is now saying that Spencer Pratt, who his house was burnt down, his neighbors got burnt alive, his neighbors' houses got burnt down, and a lot of people are blaming Karen. Now she's coming out and saying, oh, Spencer Pratt, yeah, he's exploiting that grief. Oh yeah. Dude, his house got burnt down! And you were gone.
As is the race for Los Angeles mayor, as early voting for mayor starts today, and one candidate is gaining momentum. It's former reality TV star Spencer Pratt. He's gotten 12 million views on X for this new pointed ad directed at his opponents.
This is where Mayor Bass lives. You notice something? They don't have to live in the mess they've created. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are.
A spokesperson for candidate and councilwoman Nithya Raman responded, filming outside my home where I live with my children feels unnecessary and reckless. Mayor Bass also responding via spokesperson. Spencer is doing his best Trump impression, but it's not going to work in LA. Bass today picked up a big endorsement. Kamala Harris, we're going to see if that helps move the needle. But the mayor also going further on all of this.
Why would Kamala Harris's endorsement mean anything? She was like the worst presidential candidate of all time.
Making a deeply personal accusation.
Honestly, before this, I had never heard of Spencer Pratt. So,
well, you aren't missing out on anything, so it's okay, but please go on.
Exactly, but...
Damn, this interviewer is a hater as well.
The thing I am concerned and feel about him is that I feel like he's exploiting the grief of people in the Palisades, and I think that's
right.
The people exploiting the grief of the people of the Palisades? His own house got burned down, lady. You're the mayor. That's so wild to me to hear, because she's the mayor. One of her residents' homes got burned down, and now she's blaming him. What a joke.
Reprehensible. That's the main thing, Palisades, and I think that's
right.
Reprehensible. That's the main thing, and I think he is about his own celebrity. He's famous now again.
Exploding grief. Pratt is currently living in a trailer after his home was destroyed in the Palisades fire. I saw it myself firsthand when I interviewed him there just a few weeks ago. His wife, Heidi, recently describing the impact of the fire and it had on their family, including their young son.
I'm focused on my 3-year-old saying he's going to push our house back up. And, he still says that, every day. And he says, oh, that hummingbird's house burned down, or that duck's house burned down. And so everything is about houses burning down. He's 3 and he thinks it's somehow his responsibility to push our house back up and that he's strong enough. And
wow.
He's like, I can do it, Mom. I'm strong enough. Let's go back. I'll push our house up. And so it's about helping them through it and talking through it too.
That's real emotion. I don't care who you are, what side of the aisle you are on. When you're a mom saying that your 3-year-old wants to push your house back up, that's sad. That's real emotion right there. You can feel it.
Joining me now is Los Angeles mayoral candidate and former reality TV star Spencer Pratt. Spencer, it's good to see you. Thanks for being with us here today. I'd love your reaction to Karen Bass, who says you're exploiting the grief of people in the Palisades.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Karen Bass forgot that she let my house burn down and my parents' house burn down. And I had actual neighbors burn alive across the street from my childhood home. The only grief is my grief, my community's grief that I initially started this fight on behalf of. And she forgets I have received 2 community advocate awards from the Pacific Palisades community. So it's the most insane, psycho, diabolical thing I've heard in a minute, but it's not shocking. This is the same woman that will allow 7,000 houses to burn to the ground, 12 people to burn alive, and then actively cover it up, get caught covering it up, and then say that the LA Times is lying, even though they have the emails where she's altering the after action report, which, as far as I'm concerned, is obstruction of justice. So it's disgusting. It's disgusting. The fact that she's trying to think that I want to be in this position. I want to be back in my life that she let burn down. That's why I got into this race, because somebody like her should not be in a position of power ever again in history.
All right, now President Trump has a message for all of us. Let's take a listen.
Rising market will do. Oh, it's going to get a lot higher. In fact, I told people 5 weeks ago, this is a great time to buy. I got criticized for that. Now they don't criticize me anymore. People should have listened. But it's going to go a lot higher. You're going to see, we've never had anything like this happen. It's an explosion.
Wow, so people doubted Trump, and we all just needed to listen. If you want to learn how to begin investing, we have a totally free offer right now. You can click the link below, or if you're watching this on your TV, you can take out your phone and scan that QR code. Just download the app. It's totally free to get started. It's never too late, and who knows, maybe you can even learn so you can help your children or your grandchildren as well. Personally, I started investing. One of you guys even messaged me saying that you're up over $13,000. I believe this is the best time to start investing while Trump is president, because he's the best leader, and the stock market has been hitting record numbers under his leadership. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take it as your sign. It's totally free, and I break it down easy for you. I even have a free tutorial that I created just for you. It's all in the description box or pinned in the comments.
Spencer, your ad, since I saw you last, has gotten a lot of attention online. On the other hand, Karen Bass did pick up a big endorsement today. She got the endorsement of former vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris, who said that Bass has done a good job stamping out crime and homelessness. Your reaction?
Yeah, obviously Kamala Harris loves Karen Bass. Because of Karen Bass letting the Pacific Palisades and Malibu burn down, Kamala Harris was able to get a $2 million discount on her new house in Malibu that if Karen Bass hadn't let burn most of Malibu and most of Palisades to the ground, she would have never been able to get that $2 million discount. So,
dude, honestly, Kamala Harris endorsing Karen Bass should actually probably hurt Karen Bass's race.
It really does not matter who endorses Bass, because the people that endorse me are the women and mothers that want to feel safe again in the streets of LA. And my 2 opponents will not enforce any laws, and that's why women and mothers and kids do not feel safe in the streets of LA. So she can have all the political endorsements she wants. She can go do all the photo ops she wants with Trump in the White House. And, you know, they're calling her MAGA Karen all over X because she was the one walking out with the MAGA teddy bear out of the White House. So she'll take any endorsement to keep her corrupt politician career going here.
I actually really admire that Spencer Pratt is distancing himself from Trump, because he's trying to say, look, I'm not a MAGA guy. I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm just a guy who wants to clean up LA. And I think people appreciate that he's actually paving his own path rather than, Karen Bass relying on, the supports of the Democrats or the other Republican guys, trying to rely on support of Trump or the MAGA base. Spencer Pratt, he's so based, he's so convicted, he's so passionate. His own house got burned down, his parents' house got burned down. He's sick and tired of seeing his own city literally burn down and get taken over by crime. I believe this is the one guy who could save LA. I I would be putting my money on him if I could make that bet.
Yeah, Spencer, you do seem to be getting some traction online. As I mentioned, the ads that you're cutting are really seeming to cut through. Why is that?
Because my ads are the truth. These politicians do not have to live the consequences of their decisions. My ad is that simple. And for Nithya Raman to say her kids, the funniest part about that is I was in a suit outside of a public street for 1 second. She fights moms in her district that want to get drug dealing, drug addicts away from schools and parks. And she fights these moms. She's on camera saying there's no difference between 1 foot and 500 foot with drug addicts near kids. So now she's concerned about the safety of kids when it has to be her kids. What about all the parents who have kids that you fight because there actually are drug addicts that are exposing themselves naked in front of kids all across her district? So these people are diabolical, truly.
All right, Spencer Pratt, thanks for joining us again here today. It was good to see you a few weeks ago, and I'm glad to have you on the program today, Spencer.
Thank you so much. Make sure you vote right now with your ballot.
All right, thanks.
Be sure to like.
Wow, pretty crazy, right? So Karen Bass is getting exposed big time. So here's Greg actually calling out Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles.
Hooray! Free teeth for meth heads.
How many people who are unhoused that you meet have no teeth at all?
God.
They don't have teeth. Why? Because meth rots your teeth. You can't succeed without teeth.
So now you want to pay for them to get teeth? This is the stupidest idea ever. Why don't you just prevent them from getting out on the street in the first place and doing meth, dude?
So there needs to be comprehensive health care provided to people.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's quite a leap there, Joe.
Yeah.
That was obviously Bass, LA mayor, talking about she linked meth heads' dental problems with comprehensive health care.
Yeah.
Which is another phrase of universal health care. Would it be better just to not do meth?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a hot take, Greg. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with these California politicians, because Karen Bass said you can't succeed without teeth, and Kamala said you can't succeed with teeth.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
It's right there for everyone, Greg.
Yes.
This is the most California nonsense solution, that they immediately go for the cosmetic repair.
Yes.
That it's like, we've got potholes, let's get some breast implants out on the interstate. That looks like that's easily a C cup on Interstate 5. So
I'd vote for that.
But you're right. It shows how they don't want to address the problem. Your bad teeth, yeah, it's horrible, but it's very downstream from you should stop smoking meth.
Right.
So it's very much these kinds of solutions remind me of bath fitters. Have you ever seen those commercials where you have this old beat up bathroom and they come in and they just clamp what looks like a new one on it?
Yes.
In a way, it's a lot like trans surgeries, because it may look different, but the plumbing is still the same.
Right.
So,
hey, Joe, watch out.
Yeah.
Joe. I think they're an advertiser. Watch out.
Sorry. You've got to fix the root of the problem, because the cosmetic thing doesn't help.
I have to say, I used bath fitters. They were amazing, but just a word of warning, make sure somebody's out of the tub first.
Yeah.
But we saved a lot on burial. Tyrus.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're talking about is you got to get the person off meth. And Spencer Pratt is saying you have to compel them to do that, because they will never get off meth until they either die or somebody puts them in jail or whatever. But no, she says, no, imagine trying to fix somebody's teeth while they're doing meth.
It's like lipstick on a pig, Greg. It's not really, you're still kissing a pig. You can't address the real problem. Mm-hmm. It's not meth's fault. It's not their fault. It's teeth's fault. You know, and let's not be clear. And I think there's something to this. What color are teeth?
White.
They start out white, which means they're oppressive. And you've got these oppressive teeth in your mouth every day saying, man, I wish we had white skin. Maybe we can get this guy to do enough meth, he'll turn pale. And we can be all white together on our stolen land.
I think you put too much thought into this.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, if we're going to be ridiculous, let's go full regalia.
Yeah.
Meth is not the problem. Meth is oppressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that he's a drug addict, because as soon as you put those new teeth in, he's going to be like, wow, I feel so much better. Now I can hold my crack pipe longer.
They should make dentures with a little pipe groove.
Yes.
You can just clamp it in.
Is it going to be like 6 times new teeth starred? Meth, I mean, how many trips to the dentist do they get?
Yeah.
It's also just like, now you're going to have homeless people out there with veneers, and now all of a sudden Karen Bass spent how many millions of dollars for that, and is that going to help them with their day-to-day lives? Oh, homeless people out there now who are doing drugs, and now they have veneers. It's like, ooh, that was probably the dumbest thing that our taxpayer dollars are going towards.
You know, imagine being the dentist. Tom, you look like a dentist.
You know what? She is ahistorical and she hates America. She said you can't succeed without teeth. George Washington, anyone? Our country was founded by the toothless.
Wasn't that a myth?
No, the wooden teeth was a myth, but he did have dentures.
They were made from elk's teeth, I heard.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Stolen elk teeth?
They did not consent.
Is that why they started the Elks Club? Aaron, I don't know what that means.
Sure.
Sure, at this point. She dropped out of that debate, and then they ended up having to cancel the whole debate, which was a relief for her and the other crazy lady.
Yeah, well, nothing says, like, I'm in a bad position, like canceling the debate that they put on the calendar specifically for your schedule and then telling everybody you had a scheduling conflict.
Yes.
My biggest question here is, what in the NGO boondoggle are we about to look at where they are spending millions and millions of taxpayer dollars in California for teeth for the homeless? And what Gavin Newsom aligned entity, what Karen Bass aligned entity is going to be getting all of this unfettered taxpayer money to maybe it'll be as successful as the high-speed rail. We've got no track of that, and they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars. At this point, they could lay $300 million on and not provide one single tooth to the homeless. But that is the California crazy work.
The best person to be is a meth head on death row.
Porn and teeth you want.
Yeah.
Well, no teeth and all the porn.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
That's a beautiful. That's something to aspire to.
Yeah.
And Karen Bass is America.
So, I mean, it is funny, but it's like you are rewarding people with that behavior. It's like now all of a sudden, oh, you're going to get new teeth if you lose your teeth and you're doing drugs on the streets. It's the same thing with rewarding people, forgiving student loans for people who are lazy, who got student loans and didn't want to work during college, or went to a school they couldn't really afford to go to. You know, Greg Gutfeld's funny, but there's actually a lot of truth to this, and that's why his show is so popular. Republican wins Los Angeles mayoral debate in landslide, stuns Democratic Party in panic. Karen Bass and the Democrats are panicking right now. This comes from the Benny Johnson Show, so let's tune in, guys.
LA is a pile of smoldering trash, and the rats are fighting over the refuse. It is disgusting and indefensible what has been done to the City of Angels, gone straight to hell. And somebody who remembers how great the city actually could be, Spencer Pratt, a reality television star from the early aughts. What does that remind you of? Who just wants to make LA great again, is delivering banger after banger and winning the hearts and minds of Angelinos with ads like this one. Many people calling this one of the best 30-second ads in the history of politics.
This is where Mayor Bass lives. You notice something? Or here, where Nithya Raman's $3 million mansion sits. They don't have to live in the mess they've created where you live. This is where I live. They let my home burn down. I know what the consequences of failed leadership are. That's why I'm running for mayor. For my sons and the rest of us Angelinos that want to stop these corrupt politicians from destroying our city. We are going to get the golden age of Los Angeles back. This is where Mayor
every single hero and villain needs an origin story. This is the hero origin story right here. This shot right here is a money shot. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, the money is on Spencer Pratt. Now, Spencer Pratt killed it in last night's LA mayoral debate. 80% of the debate watchers say Spencer Pratt won. This is a wake-up call for all of LA. Let's explain why. In fact, 88% say Spencer Pratt won. He's running against Nikki Raman, who whatever the hell that she is. She's like some type of like DEI communist. And Karen Bass, who's also, let me check here. Let's just go back to my notes. Oh yeah, a DEI communist. LA, a once great city, of course, has been collapsing in real time before our very eyes. It's been happening certainly over the last couple of decades, but it's accelerated. And now it's time for a change. Spencer Pratt is blowing him out with this polling win. Spencer Pratt's reaction to, here's Nikki Raman attacking him, is hilarious. We need more of this. This is Trump, by the way. This is LA Trump. Watch this.
His idea of what Los Angeles looks like. This is really not this. I'm not sure how to respond to that vision of Los Angeles. This is a MAGA Republican's idea of what Los Angeles looks like. This is really not this.
Can you see the reality TV star shining through? Spencer Pratt going banger after banger against Nikki Raman, and it was a total bloodbath. Everybody posting this GIF. This is exactly what Trump used to do. You know, it's very interesting. You got these Nikki Ramans who weren't born in LA. They're not from LA. They're not from America. They're not here as a part of this experience that people have had in LA, living there in the golden era of LA, what many would argue would be sort of like the early 2000s, late 90s, sort of the LA noir period. And Nikki Raman didn't remember that. She's only remembered hellscape LA. She's only ever remembered communist burning, trash bin, race riots, race wars, homeless encampments on the street, total collapse LA. That's all Nikki Raman knows. So to have somebody like Spencer Pratt, who many are saying gives 2016 Trump energy vibes, type of energy that upsets elections and leaves slimy politicians sputtering and confused because they know they're going to get blown out of the water and they don't know how to respond to it. You have somebody in here that's like just kind of scorching and a tribute to a different LA, an LA that was a much better LA. They kind of know the game now, tried to cut away as quickly as possible, knowing what this would become, but he snuck it in. Spencer Pratt dares Nikki Raman to go offer beds to the homeless, saying she'd be stabbed in the neck.
Below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her. Treatment first. I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bed. They want fentanyl or super meth. These ideas cost us over $400 million to house. For 70, what did you say? 3,000 people for $400 million. This is absolute failure for both of them. They're a team. Treatment first.
It is the Trump vibes, man. Well said. The obvious solution to homelessness is to criminalize it, lock up every homeless person in a prison or a mental institution. Problem solved. It's literally that simple. Spencer Pratt just said way too many politicians are scared to admit they don't want a bed. They just want fentanyl.
Housing thing. She had to say, Councilwoman Robin acts like she doesn't have any authority with this homelessness. She was the third most powerful person in city council. She runs the homeless housing thing. She acts like this is just Mayor Bass. First off, inside safe. I like to say inside safe makes all of us outside unsafe. The reality is no matter how many beds you give these people, they are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Nithya, Councilwoman Robin's plan for treatment first. I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck.
Ooh, baby. And by the way, this is just going nuclear. Hundreds of thousands of views. I mean, when was the last time an LA mayoral race got millions and millions of views across social media? Simple question. Should non-citizens be allowed to vote? Get a load of
Well,
this.
first of all, when you say
non-citizens, should they be allowed to vote in local elections? Is this a yes or no, Mr. Pratt?
no,
Mayor Bass?
it depends. It's not a yes or no.
Depends on what?
Well, first of all, when you say non-citizens, it doesn't mean they're here illegal. It doesn't mean they're undocumented. They could have green cards. They could be here perfectly legal. And there's a lot of states and cities that do that on very, very local elections. We have to see
Very,
what the
very
council is
local.
proposing.
Councilmember Bremen.
Yeah, I would say, again, it does depend. In other places, school boards have
was a yes or no question.
non-citizens.
Yes or no?
Non-citizens.
Non-citizens.
They can't even answer. If only Americans and Los Angeles residents should be allowed to vote. Total fraud. Pass the test tonight. This is local LA commentariat saying Spencer Pratt is it. He effectively channeled the anger of a lot of Angelenos in the state and the city. And again, he's just a throwback to what LA used to be. Watch Spencer Pratt immediately after the debate.
Just quickly, did you do what you needed to do tonight?
I mean, I would have liked 3 more hours. We got a lot of failures to talk about that these people have. So we should run it back. Part 2. Appreciate it. Don't forget to vote. Send your ballots in right now. Spencer Pratt.
Just quickly.
We should run it back. Spencer Pratt reveals how Hollywood producers are now forced to hire gang members for security due to Councilwoman Rahman's dirty race communism.
But Rahman will tell you, my husband's a producer, blah, blah, blah. The reality is she's been in power for 5 years. Now, all of a sudden, she has these tweets and these posts, and she's doing Substacks. Both of these people have been the reason why there's no more Hollywood. Not to mention, even if they do, these things, we're still going to have drug addicts all over the street because they're treatment first, open beds, not mandatory treatment. Do you know I talk to producers? They have to pay gang members right now to keep the streets safe.
Torching it. Spencer Pratt is our guy, especially after last night's debate, seeing his social media and politics. Spencer Pratt really seemed like a conservative, better than Mandami communication skills. I hope he wins in Los Angeles. We need him. It's incredible to see a guy get a spotlight because local LA politics is the most insane, bizarre shit show. You get desensitized to it, but this actually did happen. She walked out of the hearing when people were pleading with police to save the abused dogs. Not holding any punches, he called out Nikki Rahman for walking out of a public hearing. She doesn't care about safety. She doesn't care about anything. At least Mayor Bass pretends to care. Nervous laughter.
Food, all the employees have to eat inside. They can't risk going out. That's why all these beautiful restaurants are closing, because it's so unsafe. So before we require city workers to go back into any buildings, we need to enforce the laws on the street. Councilwoman Rahman is talking about safety, yet when animal rescue activist Rebecca Corey came in and said the dogs are being tortured and abused on the streets of downtown, she walked out of the hearing. She doesn't care about safety. She doesn't care about anything she's talking about. At least Mayor Bass pretends to care. Mayor down.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Pratt isn't an ideologue. He's just using common sense to oppose politicians that burned his home down. Policies that Bass and Rahman both support. I don't know if he has a real shot, but LA voters would be crazy not to take a chance on him. What do you have to lose? President Trump said, right? Famously in 2016. What do you have to lose, black voters? I don't know. This guy somehow managed to be a once-in-a-generation talent, or if the LA Dem bench is really that shallow. Spencer Pratt is surprisingly effective, direct, polite, prepared for tonight's debate. The other two have a history as their enemy because everything they've done has been a catastrophe, and he can totally win this thing. Let's go ahead and look here. What do the polls say? The polls now have Spencer Pratt. Polls now have Spencer Pratt up, skyrocketing actually up to 21%. Karen Bass at 41. She's collapsing. Nikki Rahman also sort of like spiraling at 31%. So there are some major splits in the betting markets. Man, there's no split when it comes to the internet. Ain't nobody saying Karen Bass would be good or Nikki Rahman would be good. Ads like these going viral. Let them eat cake. The absolute total state of the Democrat collapse in California and Spencer Pratt being called on in order to fix it. Wild. And Joe Rogan as Commissioner Gordon. I'll take it. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? It's a wild time out there. We're going to see a Spencer Pratt mayor of Los Angeles. That would be incredible. And we're here for it.
Now, President Trump just came out to address the nation. Let's listen in.
The markets are going to boom. The stock is going to boom. The country is going to boom. And the rest of the world wants to see, is there any way they can make a deal? They've taken advantage of us for many, many years. For many years, we've been at the wrong side of the ball. And I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be unbelievable. The thing that people have to talk about, we're up almost to $7 trillion of investment coming into our country. And you'll see how it's going to turn out. Our country's going to boom.
If you want to learn how to begin investing, we have a totally free offer right now. You can click the link below. Or if you're watching this on your TV, you can take out your phone and scan that QR code. Just download the app. It's totally free to get started. It's never too late, and who knows, maybe you can even learn so you can help your children or your grandchildren as well. Personally, I started investing. One of you guys even messaged me saying that you're up over $13,000. I believe this is the best time to start investing while Trump is president because he's the best leader, and the stock market has been hitting record numbers under his leadership. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take it as your sign. It's totally free. And I break it down easy for you. I even have a free tutorial that I created just for you. It's all in the description box or pinned in the comments.